This is the Tales of Hilldrop Crescent. This project has been made possible thanks to the Cripplegate Foundation and public funding by the National Lottery through Arts Council England. The project included conversations with 20 residents of Hilldrop Crescent and users of Hilldrop Community Centre. 10 participants took part in a podcast workshop with Alice Lloyd, a professional podcast producer. This episode is called The Brecknock, 4 cafes and a butcher, and is about the local shops and how residents have interacted with them and how they have shaped the area.
The main change that happened here was when bumblebees arrived. Bumblebees arrived in about 1985, and that suddenly brought an awful lot of trade in here, it seemed to me. Plus, it was like a little Aladdin's cave of bits and pieces in there that was just wonderful. I can remember having Manuka honey for the first time there. That was before it got expensive. It was just a little bit more expensive than ordinary honey, and so you tried it. And so they were nice, and then they expanded and eventually had 4 stores there. There was a wonderful store, it was called Wood Matters. This was a place that sold, I suppose, second-hand pieces of salvaged wood, and some of it was very old.
You can see that there is a lot of not just neighbor infrastructure, but all the commercial infrastructure is very different from the high streets that you might have in London, which to me is quite significant in a way. It makes me feel better to go for a coffee in this street rather than in many others.
And Kentish Town high streets kind of, it's getting a bit sort of, it's all chains now. It used to be much more useful. There used to be, I think there still is a fish shop, isn't there? But I remember there was things like a cobbler's, or maybe there still is, but it just seems there's more food shops, more, chains.
Yeah, I feel for example, there is Sam who has the BNS, the DIY shop.
Yeah.
And this guy has absolutely everything.
Sammy the Souk, I called him.
Sammy the
Souk.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like a souk.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a North African souk.
And he cares a lot about everything, and he will find everything, and it's cheap. And then once I had to do some repairs at home, and I hired someone I met. So I met someone in Sam's shop, and she was telling me that she had done an amazing refurbishment of her bathroom. And I told her like what happened to me with a pipe that burst at home, and I had to call these plumbers online, and they asked me for like £500 just to come an emergency on a Sunday. So she told me, oh my God, no, I have the right person for you. So she gave me this man's phone number, which I will share now with everyone.
Yeah.
And he was fantastic. He's this man, he's in the neighborhood, he worked with his son, they do works around the area. He's very busy, but like he knows how to do absolutely everything. The price was reasonable. It's someone you can speak to, a human interaction, real human interaction. And he buys all his supplies also at Sam's. So I thought, okay, this is like neighborhood infrastructure. This makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, I love his number.
I remember when Bread by Bite first opened, and there was queues every, definitely at the weekend there'd be queues, and I was so annoyed. I was like, I live here. I'm not queuing for my shop.
I know.
I was really annoyed. I was like, I should have priority. I'm not buying from there today. So I didn't go on Monday. But it was very popular. Very popular.
There was a fishmonger there for about a year or two when I was here. Whenever I went in there was only like one or two fish. He wasn't lasting very long. There were two Italian delicatessens, and I always liked the one in York Way. The York Way they are family run there, Salvino's, but York Way was they were family run as well, but there was the mother and the father there. You know, they were like grandparents. They were like your grandparents there, and it was a smaller, more intimate place, and the food was nicer.
A time when there was a bakery the other side of the road as well, on Brecknock Road, and and more butchers as well. There were more butchers, but that was a time when people didn't have the supermarkets.
This neighborhood is full of academics who live in very nice houses all around Daphne Park and Kentish Town. They all meet in Bread by Bike. That's where they go to have their pastries, which is a lovely place. And then I found out about Bread by Bike and the community support for that space to open during COVID. I had some friends that coincidentally they supported that as well.
Coffee, but I think because I usually go somewhere else, like when I'm meeting someone, or I don't really want to go to Bread by Bike because it seems like I've stayed at home almost. But I do buy stuff from Bread by Bike, you know, guiltily, little cake in a bag.
Who only lived, who died a year ago. So I moved in, and 3 months afterwards he passed away. He was a watercolor artist. So he used to go to the South Bank to paint watercolors and sell them, usually for tourists. But I found out he was doing a lot of car drawings and other things. And after he passed away, because we got to know each other very little, I went to this new shop called Hummingbirds in Brecknock Road, High Street. It was quite new, but it's like a charity that does soup kitchen around London as well. And apparently I have been in contact with him for a long time, so they kept a little archive of his watercolors, all his correspondence with the Islington Council, and different relations around that.
I know the other place, Humdingers, over the road. They gave us some gift vouchers for Christmas for raffle prizes. They were really nice, and also there's an Italian woman who runs the Thrifty Beans. That was really nice as well. So we've got loads of cafes, haven't we? But I tend to go in the sunshine for poached egg on toast if I can't be bothered making it at home.
Both of our parents were very strict with the sleepovers. It's like,
yeah. But the midnight feasts, just like every time.
Every time we'd say we'd do a midnight feast, and then I think a lot of the times we ended up...
It's because we weren't old enough to like realise that you could just stay up until midnight. So we had to try wake up at midnight, just like time it.
But also like we weren't allowed our phones in the room, so you couldn't even put an alarm on. It was just like, can you... I don't know.
I mean, you could get a lot more snacks back then for the same price.
Yeah. We're going into inflation now. Damn. Yeah.
No, honestly though, like £5 probably could have got enough to feed 6 of us.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I remember meal deals when they were £3.
Yeah.
It's good times.
I paid £3.80 for one today.
Oh, 3.85. They're 3.85, I believe.
That's rough.
What about the shops on Brecknock Road?
Oof.
Shops on BFC.
BFC.
Oh, like a
Honestly.
BFC was like a chicken shop.
Yes.
And there was one time where I was coming out the chicken shop, and like you see on the menu, they don't look that big. Like the things don't look that big. So we were having like it was me, my brother, and my dad, and we were having like a film, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get BFC for all of us.
Yeah.
I bought so much.
Yeah.
And then you saw me coming out, and you were like,
Yeah,
"What, are you
no,
having
I
a
remember
party?"
that.
And then literally, and it was I had bought insane amounts just because
You
like,
had, like,
stuff on the
you
menu.
got 2 family meals.
I got so much stuff, and just the stuff on like the menu looked so small. So I was like, right, this is I'm gonna need quite a few of these.
I just remember I'd get BFC like after every parents' evening.
Okay, why didn't I have this tradition?
No, but like that's the only times I would get
Yeah,
it.
fair enough. My mum was pretty opposed to the BFC.
And like Salvini, which is the Italian shop.
No.
Is it? Oh, chill.
Goodness me.
I'd get like sandwiches there.
Oh, you know the biscuits, like the roll, they're like half brown chocolate and then half like white.
That shop was so vibes.
I mean, it's still there. So.
Yeah. And I used to like think £7 was so cheap, so I'd get like massive sandwiches. I used to think that was like such a good deal. I'd like brag, yeah, this is like £7 sandwich. It would just be like a massive sandwich because I thought it was so cool. But like thinking back on it, £7 is quite a lot for a sandwich.
They do taste nice.
Used to be a laundrette in York Way that's gone now.
I
Used to have a
vaguely
problem with the
remember
woman with the water there. There was never enough water in the washing. So before we had a washing machine, when you're doing the laundrette there, you'd go there and I'd come in with a whole load of water and she'd get upset over me pouring water in the top because there was never enough water there. It was sort of dry. I don't know why it was like that.
It wasn't a dry cleaner, was it?
No, it wasn't dry cleaner, no.
It's sad to see the Brecknock Arms has been closed, or the unicorn. It had
Unicorn.
for
I was
years.
trying to
It was the
remember.
unicorn it was a heavy metal pub, wasn't it? It was one of the heavy metal music pub. I mean, it was one of the
But
first.
before that, it was.
I remember seeing Iron Maiden playing there, and it was just when? Oh, back in sort of late 70s.
Really?
Yeah.
But
That pub was one of the main venues for heavy metal music in London.
So
when
what
it was still the second generation heavy metal, not the Led Zeppelins and Deep Purples, but the later period. It had a sort of revival through the pub rock scene, that had grown up in the mid 70s.
Well, the Unicorn was the Unicorn before it was. After the Unicorn, it became this very sort of flash. It was an ordinary pub. It was a normal pub. Then they gutted the place and they turned it into a trendy sort of disco sort of pub.
Oh, really? Right.
And nobody went there apart from like 14-year-olds. And I think they were under threat for their license because I used to go there with my brother and my friends, and we'd sit there, have a beer, something, and we always say, what are these kids doing here? And they were like 13, 14, 15 or something. It was ridiculous. So they closed it down and they gutted it again and rebuilt the old pub. It's hilarious.